All right, so we are going to start reviewing our homework. Let's see. All right, so you should be on this side that says, what time will it end on the very top? Is that a little better? Was it better with the other light off and this one on? Okay, let's try that. See, can you turn off that light? Bennett? No, you didn't have to. All right. First one. Micah, you got your homework out? All right, back to it. Number one should have ended at 5:37, and challenge mode was PM, 5:37 PM. Number two was 11:19 AM. Remember, you can put a little star next to it or a check mark. Number three was 4:03. Challenge mode was PM. Number four, 6:19 PM. 6:19. You were close. I bet you forgot your one group of five in there. Bet you forgot a group of five. That's okay, Levi. Yep, that's what this is for. This is just practice. All right, flip it over to the back. Then just fill it in as we go for this time, okay? Actually, sorry, Micah, and you need to put yours away. Close your binder, and you got to work on it for homework tonight for me, okay? Okay. Number five should have been 1:02 PM. I know that's a little hard to see. Number six is 3:50 PM. This one you should have had a PM. Why do you think this one should? Did you catch it, Zach? You forgot? Claire, did you catch why this one should have a PM? It says 2:32 PM in the question, so we know it should be PM in the answer. Number seven, 10:57 PM. And the last one, no, sorry, there's two more. Number eight was 5:54, and if you did PM, and I like Starbucks, so I wrote yum. And the very last one was 5:17 PM. 5:17 PM. Okay? So, not the green check mark. I want to make sure I do that. Okay. So, we are going to go over a few questions to begin. So, I want you to think about these two questions first. How long did you spend on your homework? And how could you figure out how long you spent on your homework? Go ahead and talk with your think partner about those questions. If you know it's done, let's do that. Okay. So how long did you spend on your homework, or how could you figure it out? What would you do if you're trying to figure out how long you spent on your homework? What do you think, Thomas?
make sure that I'm not staying up too late.
So,
So I just estimate how long it only takes and how far to do it. So I think I will put I think I start at like 9 and then probably end at like 9.
ending at 9:30. So you're using the time to kind of estimate and look ahead. All right, hold on. So, like Thomas, you might kind of look at the clock and you might kind of estimate, thinking how long it could take. Okay. Holly.
I got it factored out here at like 8 o'clock and then I started like 5 minutes later and then we had to end at like 8:20. So it took me like 15 minutes.
So Holly's using what time she started and what time she ended at to figure out how long it took her. Christian?
I have a watch in my room, and I took my watch out and I put it on my wrist, and then I saw what time it is, and then when I remembered that time, and then when I got done, I saw the time I ended at, and it was like 5 or 10 minutes.
So kind of the same as Holly, looking at start and what time you end at. Good. And Rose, let's go to you.
I started at 3:10 and I ended at 3:40.
So you again are using your time from start to end. Fourth grade friends, you are off to a very good start. That's what we're gonna do kind of today. So I have a video with the Brain Pop Junior characters. So make sure your eyes are on Sally as well as your body because we all should be facing forward when we're inside class. Okay? Let's watch and we're going to talk about that elapsed time and how we can figure out when we are done with something.
Elapsed time can tell us how long it takes to get somewhere
So we're not going to watch the rest of it. But we're going to use that strategy with the chart and kind of what we did yesterday with our mountain, hills, and rocks to help us. Okay? So what you can do next is cut out and glue your worksheets. Take a look though. This one is going to be on the back of yesterday's work. And this one should be on the front of a new page. So the determined elapsed time is on the left, and the all work one is on the right. Go ahead and get started, and pause the video until you are ready to continue. So after we have it glued in, our notebook should look like this. Okay. We are going to work on this page first. So if you want, you could close your notebook so this page is only up. I find that easier to work on, where I only have one thing to focus on at a time. Okay? So, looking at yours and mine has something added. I added hours and minutes over here. Go ahead and write that in your top gray box next to time. You're going to write hours and minutes. You can abbreviate it like I did, MIN. Is that a little easier to see?
Yeah.
A little closer? All right. So now we're going to use the problem up above to help us figure out that elapsed time. Remember, elapsed time is how much time has gone on during our event. Okay? So I have my friend Steven. He started his homework at 11:22. He finished at 12:05. How long did he work on his homework? So what we're going to do first is I'm going to teach you this strategy, and then we're going to use the strategy mountains, hills, and rocks to do it another way. Okay? So first, what I'm going to do is put what time we started underneath time. I know we started at 11:22. And then underneath hours and minutes, we are going to write start. Because that's what time we started. So we're starting at like 0. But we're going to write start so we remember. Now, like Moby did in the video, I want to get to an easier number to count. So I'm going to go to the number 11:25 because I think it's easy to count by fives. How long did I add to get from 11:22 to 11:25? 22, 23, 24, 25. Oh yeah, 3 minutes. So I'm going to put 3, and I need a label. I need MIN. Because if I just put a number 3, that could mean hours or minutes, right? Or second, yeah. So I want to put my label so I know that it means 3 minutes. Now, I'm going to keep counting on until I get to my end time, remember? Until I get to that 12:05. So I'm going to add to 11:30 because that's an easy time to work with. And I know from 25 to 30 was 5 minutes. And I'm still not at my end time of 12:05, right? So I'm going to add, this time instead of adding 5 minutes, I could add 30, right? I could go to 12 o'clock. And then I added 30 minutes. So I add that to my chart. That's why it's still up there. Yep. So it's 12 o'clock my end time. Nope, I want to go until I get to 12:05, right? But I can go from 12 to 12:05 really easy by just adding 5 minutes. Now, this is my end time, right? It matches. Okay. What's up? That's fine. You could, as long as you wrote in the white ones, that's fine. As long as you have it in the chart for now. Okay. So we have our minutes. And we went from our start time, 11:22, to our end time, 12:05. Do you remember from the video what they did next? Remember, Christian? They added up all those minutes. So I would want to add my 30, my 5, my 5, and my 3 all up. Now I know 30 plus 5 plus 5. I know 5 plus 5 makes 10, right? So 30 plus 10 is 40, and I add my leftover 3. It took 43 minutes for him, and I circled my answer when I'm all done. What? I'd like you to. Whatever I write, you should write. Yep. I'll do the next part in pen so it's a little bolder for you. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, it's a 30. So I'm kind of thinking ahead what I know about the clock times. Like we know an hour is 60, we know half an hour is 30, and we know the rest of them are 5s or 1s. So we're using that to help us count on. Let's try it with our mountains, hills, and rocks down here. Okay? Let's do our start time, remember, was 11:22. Is that a little easier to see? Okay. And I know my end time over here wants to be what? 12:05. Yep. So now I'm thinking, can I add any full hours? So if I start at 11:22 and add an hour, nope, that would be 12:22. That's past this. So I'm going to add some rocks to start. I'm going to add 3 rocks. So now I'm at 11:25, right? I added 22, 23, 24, 25. Now I can add my hills so I can count easier. Remember, I want my hills to be a lot taller than my rocks so we can tell the difference. So now I'm at 11:25, 11:30, 11:35, 11:40, 11:45, 11:50, 11:55, and 12 o'clock. And I want to get to 12:05, so I add another rock for 5 minutes. Now, I have all of my hills and rocks, right? Now I'm going to count up how many there are. So this was 1 minute, this was 2, this is 3 minutes, right? So now I add another 5. So this 5 plus 3 gets me 8 minutes, right? Adding 5 more, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, should be 13 minutes. Over my next hill, I'm going to put how much time it has passed there. 15, so 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 minutes. And I keep going until I get to my last spot. So 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43. Look at that. 43 minutes up there. Isn't that what we got before, too? Then we know we did it right, because we got the same time. Okay, we're going to do 2 more together, and then I'll have you do some work. So flip or look at your second page. Nope, not your homework. We're going to work on number 1 with Pamela first, okay? So for this one, we're going to work on drawing the chart, okay? And we're going to do just that strategy. We're just going to do it once, okay? So I'm going to read through and I'm going to circle what's important. Pamela volunteered at the animal shelter. She got there at 2:48. She left at 4:15. How long was she there? Do I know how long she was?
No.
Nope, so that's my question. So I'm going to underline my question. Then I'm going to circle the times because I know she started and ended at a certain time. So I'm going to kind of make a little chart in here to help me out. I just make almost like a lowercase t, but the cross on my T is more towards the top. On the left, I'm going to look back at my other side. I need my time, and on the right, I need hours and minutes. Oh, back up here. So I'm going to write time, and I'm going to do a shortcut. I'm going to do H/M. What does H/M mean? Hours and minutes, yep. So I'm going to put 2:48 here. And remember, that was my start time, right? When she got there. So I'm going to write start across from it. Now, 2:48 isn't a nice, easy time to work with, is it? No, so I want to get to a nice, easy time. What would be an easy time that's really close to it? Micah? 2:50 is really close. So I'm going to put 2:50 underneath it. And get a little closer. Okay. And then, how many minutes or hours did we add to get from 2:48 to 2:50? Maddie? 2 minutes. Yep. So we write 2 MIN. All right, but that's not our end time, is it? Nope. We want to go until 4:15. So I'm gonna go until 3 o'clock. I don't need to keep adding by fives, right? Because I can count a lot higher than that. I want to go try and get to my whole hour so I can do it quicker. How long has passed from 2:50 to 3 o'clock? Camille? Not quite. Think 2:50 to 3.
Yeah, for 15. Oh,
Camille?
10 minutes.
10 minutes, yep. 10 minutes. Because we went from the 50-minute spot to the new hour. So now I'm at 3 o'clock. I know I want to get to 4:15, right? What would be a smart thing to add next? What should my next time maybe be? Lily?
Add 1 more hour.
I want to add an hour. So I want it to be 4 o'clock, and I add 1 hour. Okay. 4 o'clock isn't quite my time. So I know I want to get to 4:15. So I would put that time next. And it's okay if it's a little crowded in there. How long did I add from 4 o'clock to 4:15 now? How much time has passed? Maddie? 15 minutes. So now I still have some work time or workspace over here, don't I? So now I'm going to add up my minutes. What I like to do to make sure I used everyone is go like this. I'm going to start with my hours. Well, I only have 1 hour, so I'm going to lightly cross it off. And I'm going to write 1 hour up here. Now I'm going to count my minutes. Let's see, I have 15 plus 10, I know is 25. And 2 more gets me 27, right? 27 minutes. So now I come to my box because I found my elapsed time. How much time has passed? What's that total elapsed time? How much has passed? Zach? 1 hour, so I write 1 hour, 27 minutes. Yep. Questions on the chart way? Brooke.
It's not a question. Can you please this one because it wasn't?
Yep, I'm going to work down below here. You're trying your best to stick up with me, okay? Lily. Is it an emergency? You want to go quick. Make sure you sign up. Maddie? We're going to do the number line way next, and then I will let you pick after that. Okay? I'm sorry. All right. So I'm going to move on to number 2. Okay? Are most of us ready to move on? Okay. So we're going to start just by reading the question first. David arrived at Sky Zone at 10:23. He left at 1:31. How long was he at Sky Zone? So what should we do with our question? What do we need to do first? What do we do first? Alasia? Why are we circling that one? Yep, he arrived. That's our start time. What else do we do? And why are we circling 1:31? Because he left then. Yep. Yep, how long was he at Sky Zone? We need to underline our question too. Fabulous. All right, so we are ready to set up our problem now. We're going to make a nice long number line so that we can do the mountains, hills, and rocks. We might not need all this space. If you want to make it even longer, you could. I think this will be enough space though. Okay? So I'm going to put my start time down here. Zane, what's our start time for this problem? Close. 10:23. 10:23. And what's our end time? Adam, what's our end time? 1:31. I'm going to put that down. Whoop. To down over here. Okay? So next, we're going to make this into a nice, easy time. Thomas, what would be an easy time that's close to 23 minutes to work with? 25. So what are we going to do to this? Add 2 rocks. Yep. 1, 2. And I would write underneath, what time is it there so I don't forget? 10:25. Yep. Now I want to move to an even easier number next. What's close to 10:25 that's easy to work with? What is, Kateri? 10:30. How do we get from 10:25 to 10:30? Terry?
With 2 rocks.
Not with rocks. Close. Micah? 1 hill. Yep, we want one kind of big hill, remember? Taller than our rocks. And that time, Kateri told us, was 10:30. Now, we can move from 10:30 on, right? I want to move as much as I can, though. What could we move with that would make it really easy? Monica? An hour. Look, because if we move from 10:30, 1 hour, what time would it be at the end of that? 11:30. Let's keep going, getting as close as we can to our end time. 11:30. We add another one, that would be 12:30. And if we add, can we add another one?
Yes.
Yep, that gets us to 1:30. That's really close to our end time. So what do we do next? Holly?
Add 1 rock.
Add 1 rock. And now we are at 1:31. Now this gives us a good start. Does it tell us what our elapsed time is though? Nope. So now we need to do what? Zach? Count up our mountain, hills, and rocks. So what we can do is like we did before and write our number of minutes as we go along. Or what we can do is write how much they are worth and count up after. So I'm going to do that this time to show you that way. So this time I put how much each thing is worth above it. So I put a 1 and a 1 above my rocks. I put a 5 on my hill. And I put a 1H on my mountains to remember they are 1 hours. And I have my extra rock. Don't forget that guy at the end. Now, when we're counting with time, it's kind of like counting money. You want to start with your biggest time first. So we want to start with our hours. I have 1, 2, 3 hours, right? Now I can do my minutes. I want to go to my first biggest minutes. I have 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 minutes. So total elapsed time is how long? 3 hours, 8 minutes. Sometimes your minutes might go over 60. What would happen if you had like 62 minutes as an elapsed time if you counted and you got 62 minutes? Isaac?
You put it mountain and
I would want it to be an hour, right? And then 2 rocks 2 minutes after, because at 60 minutes we know is worth 1 hour. All right, this is what we're going to do next, fourth grade friends. During this week, I've been handing out another worksheet for you to do during class time, right? Instead, what I'm going to have us do is finish number 3, 4, and 5, and we will review those together. Okay? You can pick if you want to do mountain, hills, and rocks, or if you want to do the time chart. Pick one of these strategies. But notice, do they give you space in between each question?
yeah, not a lot.
Well, what does that tell us we need to do? Maybe you could use a loose leaf paper, but you need to at least show your work, right? The easiest way when you have a small space is to make sure you have a sharp writing utensil. If you use anything dull, it's usually wider, and it takes up too much space. Okay? So I'm gonna pause while you work, and make sure you pause the video when you need to work too. All right, we're gonna go back into our work. All right, for number 3, Benny starts at 12:43. Excuse you. Thanks for listening. We're going over our work. Starts at 12:43. I want to get, in my head, I'm doing it this way, just nice and quick. I want to get to 12:50, so I know that was 7 minutes. Okay? Then I want to get to 1 o'clock in my head. That was 10 minutes. I want to get to 4 o'clock. That was 3 hours. I'm doing that in my head. Just fast. And then I want to get to 4:27. That was 27 minutes. You might have done it differently. That's okay. The end time then I got 3 hours. Let's see, I have 27 plus 3 gets me 30, plus 7 is 37. So the total time was 3 hours, 37 minutes for number 3. Because let's see. It should be 37. Camille, you agree with me? Yep, it should be 37 minutes. Nope, 37. All right, let's try number 4. Number 4. They started at 7:23. They start at 7:23. Right now we're just looking over the work as best we can. I want to get to a nice easy group of 5 so I can count on from there. So I'm going to go to 7:25. That was 2 minutes. I might have added 2 rocks to my line if I did it the line way. Now I want to get to 7:30. That was 5 minutes. I would have added a hill. Now I want to get from 7:30, I want to try and get to 9. So I'm going to go to 8:30. That's 1 hour. I can't go from 8:30 to 9:30 because that's past our end time. So I'm going to go from 8:30 to 9 o'clock. That was 30 minutes. Or you could have done 6 hills, right? Now I'm at 9:04. I know that was 4 more minutes. If I count up, I have 1 hour. Then I have 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. 40 minutes. 1 hour, 40 minutes. 40. Should be 40, right? Because 23 to 25 is 2 minutes, right? 25 to 30 is 5 minutes, correct? 7:30 to 8:30 is 1 hour. 8:30 to 9 is 30 minutes. 9 to 9:04 is 4 minutes. So let's see. I have 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. It should be 41. You are correct. That was my fault. I miscounted. See? I told you. I'll tell you when I make a mistake. Okay? All right. Down here, Francis. He starts at 6:32. Okay? I'm going to go until I can get to a nice, easy one to skip count around my clock by. Oh. There we go. Thank you. So 6:35 would be a nice close time, wouldn't it? I added 3 minutes, or I might have drawn 3 rocks. Now, I know I want to get to 7:17, so will any hours help me? Nope, too much. So I'm going to keep going by 5s. 6:40 is 5 minutes. 6:45 is 5 minutes. 6:50 was 5 minutes. 6:55 was 5 minutes. 7 is my next grouping because I switch hours. 5 minutes. And I know 7:17, I could just add 17 minutes, right? If I'm doing my hills, though, I need to add 2 more hills and then some rocks. Now, I'm going to count up. I'm going to count my 5s first to make groups of 10 if I can. So I have 10, 20 minutes plus my 17, right? That would be 37. I'm going to add 5 minutes, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, plus my 3 minutes left over should be 45. He played for how long? 45 minutes. All right, and we are going to hand out homework next. So go ahead and work on your homework. All right, let me know if you have questions.